I am nobody, bitch. You're mine. And you'd be like, what the fuck he's saying? Why am I his bitch? And what? Yeah, and apparently so when it comes to martial art, you make unnecessary sound, right? Or I remember in Shaolin Soccer, praying mantis. Anyway, we're gonna, I'm redoing this because apparently I wanted to talk about Jet Li for a long time. One, because he's Asian. Two, because I'm part Chinese, technically, maybe. My grandmother, she speak Cantonese, while Jet Li speak Mandarin, right? Now, Jet Li is one of the martial arts I respect for being different. Jackie Chan have his own style of projecting himself onto the movies. So does Bruce Lee. So is Wu Jing. I'm naming all the martial arts people I know because I watch them. From Yun Bao, from Sammo Hung. Sammo Hung is actually my favorite. Because, goddamn, he's powerful for no damn reason. Oh, shit. Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen is great. We know him for Ip Man, right? When he played Ip Man, leading role. And so, now, all these type of martial artists, from Sammo Hung to maybe Tony Jaa. If you don't know who Tony Jaa is, he played in Ombak. His style is Muay Thai, and he put it together with gymnastic. Because one time I saw it on the video of YouTube. One of the least favorite of movies that I didn't like about with Jet Li was Forbidden Kingdom. There's a reason for it. It's the same reason why people don't like. It's not the same reason, but it's close to. Where even though it had Forbidden Kingdom, even though it had my favorite actor in it or a martial artist they have Chow Yun Fat in it, and they had the kid was in Sky High. If you don't know what Sky High is, and Forbidden Kingdom is revolve around the Monkey King. Now, if you don't know what the Monkey King is, he's all powerful. I don't know. They say he's an immortal, but it's based upon like a Chinese tale story or a novel. People think it's real, but it's a novel, and it's about journey to the West, and he had to protect his monk or master from evil, because evil want to eat the monk, something like that. But there's more to the story, right? And the Monkey King is supposed to be powerful, but he's not in the Forbidden Kingdom. That's what's sad about it. And they downgraded into Jet Li. Jet Li, like, he's supposed to be powerful, but because Jet Li is the Monkey King. So Romeo Must Die is great. The movie The One is where they have multiple copies of him, and they have the universe, multi-universe theory, where the movie goes is if he kill each and one of himself in different universe, he become more powerful and faster, and he did. And so there's a good guy, the good bad. It's really good, and if you have not watched it, that's pretty great, But for me, I fell in love with his movie. It was called Fist of Legend. The reason why it's different from Donnie Yen's Fist of Fury, it's different from Bruce Lee. The connection, it's not serious. It had romantic scene in it where Chen Zhen fell in love with a Japanese girl instead of a Chinese girl. Different story. It kind of reminded me of me. The reason why is I fall in love. I feel like, I don't know. I guess my family, my mom expect me to fall in love with my own, Vietnamese girl, right? But my first one I fell in love with it was a white girl, a Spanish girl, and then Asian girl. But anyway, to the story, to him, in this biography, he talked about when asked to pinpoint his style, martial arts style, he respond, "I think it's wushu, for it's change. You cannot keep the old style still very old. Martial art grew up. It's like Jeet Kune Do. In the beginning, it was your head behind your hand, but it's not the good looking. The camera cannot see you, so we change. Anything changes because the world continues to change. When the world moves, we need to move. So, what can we take this idea about the world? When it comes to the world, when it comes to this idea that, you know, the world is really moving really fast, how can we keep up with it? We wouldn't want to keep up with the Jonases, but what we can do to keep up, because if you don't change, you are falling behind whatever that is for you, right? It's like knowledge, education. You don't necessarily need school, but here's the thing, what I have a gripe with education is they're not keeping up with times, with where technology is rapidly growing, knowledge is recombining, reorganizing itself to become greater knowledge, right? And so the older time has changed, like the way that the industrial age has gone and come and go. The way that it was true back then, it isn't true anymore. It doesn't work well. The system that people have built together is falling apart based upon what we like, the educational system. Why has technology has changed so rapidly while the educational system, while knowledge that they teach has not kept up with it? Because I will tell you, the difference between a successful people or an educated person is not necessarily the person who go to school or college their whole life. It's the one that who continually learn and grow from their experience, from knowledge, from things that they can evolve, right? They know that if they don't grow and keep up with the time that has changed, they will be falling behind. There's a gap between me and the world. There's a gap between you and the world. There's a gap between your peers. Though the outside may look like they're successful, but successful isn't what you think it is, isn't what you tell yourself that it's success. People put pressure on you to say that's success, but success isn't like those things. It's those things because of society tell you those are success. But success is based upon what... Success can change anytime. I noticed that. Success can change anytime because you're changing as a person. Because as I remember I was watching Kevin Hart and they were bashing him on saying something when he said something way back, and he said as you grow older you change. You can never stay the same because your circumstances, the people that you surround yourself or interact with you, mold you, change you, who you are, and you continually to adapt, you continue to change via people, food, or circumstances that come into your life. You change all the time, just that you don't know it. But as we grow older, those change become a habit. Those change become your thoughts, your patterns, your perceptions, and if you're not careful, these are the change that grip you. And I can see it as I conversate with people. Their thoughts, their habits change and combine. You're not supposed to say this. You're not supposed to do this. You're not. What end up happening is you're not adapting to. For instance, I play a card game called Yu-Gi-Oh, and most people who are in it to win it, right? And they're winning based on competition. And why don't they? If they always spend money on Yu-Gi-Oh, right? I'm talking about a variety of things, of people who spend money on Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a card game back. If they take that mindset of the adaptability that they have into their life, then they wouldn't be as much unhappy, right? I'm talking about just, a lot of people who play Yu-Gi-Oh. Why can't they take that skill set they have in playing that card game to adapt it in real life and change their life for the better? But what they do is they try to make them feel good so they win in the card game. And yeah, I had to cut it short because The battery was running low. Oh no. Oh. Alright, so when he's trying to act and make movies, he always trying to improve. He said he always tries his best. I think that what he says that we should take his idea, but we should take his idea and play with it. We always should try our best. Not trying to work harder. Most people try to do that and kill themselves, but we should try to our best in every situation. Even though sometimes situation or people or things have failed us, or we ourselves have failed ourselves, we can always give our best, whether it's even though it doesn't seem like our best, but it is. And we sometimes beat ourselves too much, and so he can do better in the future. I think that circumstances, things, and people, we can always become better by asking questions, by trying more things and failing more, and learn from it and have this pattern recognition. Because the more that you fail, the more you should. Most oftentimes people think that the more experience you have, the more that you know. But if you keep doing the same thing, that doesn't matter. What matters is you have the experience that you can pattern recognize in a situation that you once was there before. And always ask. He always asks his audience how to improve. I think that sometimes we can't see ourselves. We have to ask either our family, our peers, or how we can improve. Whether it's in your work, whether it's in your relationship, how can you improve? Sometimes it doesn't feel good to ask, right? That's why most people are afraid to ask questions or tell the truth or something, because they feel uncomfortable. But if you don't, if things get bottled up sometime and things never express, and if I don't tell, I tend to explode. Like I meant like get angry and things go out of proportion sometimes, right? He has a style where they have hard style and soft style, yin and the yang. That's why in martial arts and kung fu they have the hard style where you see people do form and flowery stuff. That's how I got into. I like martial arts because it's flowery and beautiful. The Tai Chi, however, people don't like it, but I like it for its aspect because there's hidden meaning behind martial arts. There's hidden meaning behind forms. He practiced balance. He believed in balance. I cold-heartedly believe in balance. It's like people believe in the quote-unquote law of attraction, but if they don't take action on their dreams, or if they don't take action, nothing happens. You can wait forever. You can wait for your whole life, but you need initially take the action to step towards your dreams, whether it's a little bit investment in yourself, relationship, or whatever that is. And country has good guys and bad guys. So what he's diversion from Bruce Lee, the Chinese Connection, was, there always a bad guy. I can't remember the whole story in the Chinese Connection. Basically, in Fits of Legend, where he pointed out that even though, let's say they're in a war with there were what is his name? He was playing Chen Zhen in Fits of Legend, and the reason why I love Fits of Legend because I don't know if I ever explained it, where he go into a school and he beat all the students in fighting. I was like, oh god damn. But it's like if you're at war with some other country, they were at war with Japan, the Chinese would hate the Japanese people, and people don't want to marry other race because the war, and they think it's a bad guy. But in Jet Li, he told the story why he fell in love with the Japanese girl, because it's love. You don't care whether it's different races. Love is love, right? He's like, it shouldn't matter. Like, it's like, what's it called? The master or someone said you should fall in love with a Chinese girl or get married with a Chinese girl, but he wouldn't care. Like, why? Besides, they're all Asian, right? They're Japanese, Korean, Chinese. They're all Asian. I think most people have this perspective. We're all, at the end of the day, well, when you're, I have a diversity of audience, right? Black, white, Asian, all that. at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter who you love, right? It should matter that what's inside your heart and you can give. And then that's pretty much it. Why is my battery running so low? What the hell? I charged you up. Now you're dying on me. No! Nobody! You're... That's why I love in the one. I am nobody, bitch. You're mine. 50 seconds! Where was it? What he said? 30 seconds! And the warm heart open. I like the theory. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Subscribe. Bye-bye.